So I want to build on this two things. One, I want to really get to you that what's going on here is the writer is writing to measure the reader's ability to read with insight when the writer is attempting to mislead or obscure. You with me? That's what this really at its core, in logical reasoning for sure. It's not what it's about reading comic. It is what it's about logical reasoning. It's so bad that it even influences the directions that appear on the test. Now, when someone gives you directions, would you ordinarily say the directions are intended to be helpful?
Yes.
To assist you?
Yes.
To make anything that might have been ambiguous clear?
Yes.
And might you then approach the directions on the LSAT with that mindset?
Nope.
That whatever ambiguity was in your mind, they're just gonna help you out here, so it becomes clear. Yes? Okay. So we're gonna do a little IRAC exercise here. Okay. Using the directions, which we're all gonna read when I say, let's read it, right? Using the directions, I want you to solve an issue. The issue that I want you to solve, and tell me if this if it's not a relevant issue, you know what, just say fuck you. Right. So the issue that I would like you to solve is, in logical reasoning, if we agree that it's segregated by issues, so you're gonna have flaw issues. I don't care what the question number is, I don't really care, right? I care what was the issue presented. So you're gonna have flaw issues, assumption issues, strengthening, weakening issues, conclusion issues, principle issues. About 14 different types, not all tested to the same degree. So let's stipulate to the truth of that matter. Right, let's stipulate that I am correct, that you are presented with discrete issues. Would it be helpful for you to know whether you had to read every answer choice for every issue, meaning you have to read A and B, C and D, and E? Okay, whether you have to do that for every issue, whether you have to do that for some issues but not all issues, or whether you never have to do it, whether you never have to read A and B and C and D and E. Would you agree with me? Does everybody understand the issue that I'm raising? Talk to me.
Yes.
And does everybody agree the issue would have some meaning for you in developing an exam plan?
Yes.
Do you understand this is what I would be doing before a trial? I'm identifying a salient issue, and I'm trying to understand how to solve that salient issue before I put myself in harm's way. And would you agree with me that if it were the case that you didn't have to read every answer choice for every issue raised, that you would save a good deal of time? Talk to me.
Yes.
And would you further agree with me that if you did read every answer choice for every issue raised, but didn't have to do that, that's not the plan you want to take into the exam? Well, the latter is the process of elimination. So if you just agreed with me, then you have agreed with me that the only circumstance under which the process of elimination is valid for every question is for when every question needs to have all 5 answers examined. Yes? Because the process of elimination would say it's the cream of the crop. Whatever's left is what you pick, right? Yes? Talk to me.
Yes.
Do you get how harmful that would be? if you can identify issues in which there can only be one answer choice. Yes? You don't think we're questioning orthodoxy by any chance, do you? Just saying. Okay, you ready? This is so exciting. So the issue, everybody get the issue, right? Do we have to read all of the answer choices? There are 25 questions, 5 answer choices. What's that, 125, right?
Yes.
Multiplied by two sections, 250. Would you prefer not to read all 250?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you want to go, if you want to go to law school. You get the law is the directions, right? So we have an issue. In other words, we're not just reading the directions out of idle curiosity, right? We're reading the directions informed by an issue we need to resolve, yes?
Yes.
Now, how is this different from what we just did on the floor questions? Full issue. Then we're going to perform analysis, right, which each of you is going to do, and we're going to have a conversation to see what conclusion that we reach based on our reasoning. Isn't this exciting? Can't you wait to see how it turns out? It's like a murder mystery. You do not need to read the directions on the test. They're not going to change. So if you read them now, you don't need to read them on the test. Okay. I'm going to test this out. Now, well, I'm working from the volume now. For most of this class, I will not be working from the volume. I'll be working from the individual exams because my preparation is based on what the individual exams. But for the purposes of today, I can just send you to a page number and make sure everybody has the same edition. So if I were to send everyone, if I'd ask you to turn to page 16 in volume 5, page 16. Does everybody see the word directions underlined left-hand side, top of the page?
Yes.
Okay. And further, just to make sure, does everybody see there's a question that has number 1 and it says in a recent study?
Yes. Yeah.
And do you understand that's what you will do if you're ever in a court? Is it possible that the volume I have was published before the volume you have?
Yes.
Yes.
And might have different pagination?
Yes.
So you want to be lawyers, right? Again, it's really so much of it is, will you be careful? And boy, is the writer testing that. So here's the deal. You're all going to read the, whatever it is, 5 lines constituting the direction, right? But you're all reading it informed by the issue you need to resolve. Yes?
Yes.
Then, if anyone is brave or foolish enough, or both, right? You'll say, I want to share my analysis and my conclusion. And if you're not, that's perfectly fine. I, of course, will share my analysis and conclusion. Yes? So read the directions, but read it with the specific intent to resolve the issue of, do I have to read every answer choice?